want to welcome you to worship. For those of you who are on site, those of you who are on your way, we are glad to be in the house of the Lord today. Somebody said, this is the day that the Lord has made. We rejoice and we are glad in it. I came to Philadelphia in July of 2019. I had been in conversation with the Administrative Commission of New River, at the time with the West Philadelphia Presbyterian Partnership. I was struck by the people that I met, the city, the area, the West Philadelphia area that ministry could be born. I was also really struck by these three congregations that were really stepping out on faith, really having to navigate the loss of what was and enter into something new. And that really drew me in. These were three congregations, yes, that were dealing with decline, but also there was some sparks of life and a desire to want to grow.
I am a lifelong Presbyterian. I'm a cradle Presbyterian. So I've been affiliated with First African my entire life.
I've been connected with Calvin Presbyterian Church since I was 5 years old. That began my journey. It clicked in Sunday school that I understood what it meant that the Lord loved me and gave his life for me.
In 2016, with guidance from the Presbytery of Philadelphia, First African and Calvin Presbyterian churches began conversations that led to the formation of the West Philadelphia Presbyterian Partnership.
Bringing together of two cultures, it's just hard work. You gotta build relational trust. We never use the word merger. That's why West Philadelphia Partnership. And then there's this fire.
Truth is, when tragedy happens and we find ourselves distressed in the dark.
After Good Shepherd Presbyterian Church was destroyed by the 2016 fire, it joined the two other churches that would become the West Philadelphia Presbyterian Partnership, and later, New River Presbyterian Church.
We've been members of Good Shepherd Presbyterian Church for well over 20 years. I'd say close to 22 years.
Part of our commitment during these first few years before Eustacia was in an effort to honor the legacy of each small group. They needed time to trust one another.
Today, we are a Matthew 25 church. Historically, the First African Stream had, and we still do, our free medical clinic and also the food pantry where people get emergency groceries. We're here to be a blessing, to serve the good of the neighborhood, to make a difference, to see the prospering of this community. Informed by our listening sessions with our neighbors, we formed Three Streams Community Development Corporation to see the building of affordable housing. We'll include a commercial corridor and green space, all of that coming from our listening process and our engagement with our community. On the land where Good Shepherd once stood, construction has begun for the Good Shepherd Senior Affordable Housing Complex. We are witnesses that nothing is impossible with God. We just completed demolition of our manse. It was in disrepair, but its demolition is making room for a resurrection. New life will be on that land. We already refreshed a portion of our building. Can you imagine the lower level being refreshed so that it can accommodate ministry programs like a possible daycare? It's amazing what God has already done in just a few years.
New River has a multi-year plan to renovate the historic sanctuary space of the previous First African Presbyterian Church.
Immediately when I step into this space, I feel a tremendous amount of responsibility, honor, inspiration. It is the history that propels us forward. Who will we continue to walk with as we see God unfolding this vision? This New River movement is such an embodiment of the faithfulness of God. And so I'll say yes, Lord, yes, to your will and to your way. That's it right there. Yeah, this congregation will have a lot to sing about.